IVM.
Hey, thanks for listening to the show. If you have some time, you should also check out The Seen and the Unseen, which is a podcast hosted by writer Amit Verma, who takes a close look at the seen and the unseen aspects of various government policies. Hey, you nerds, welcome to Geek Fruit. It's a thing.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
this is the voice of Jishnu.
I
You haven't
am-
heard my voice in a while.
In a while.
Neither
I've forgotten
have I.
what it sounds like.
I have been in a cave.
Yeah. How is it in that cave?
It's lonely and cold, but a guy's gotta eat.
Well, I do hope
I've been-
you... Did you catch up on the Geek Fruit podcast in your time in the cave?
I did.
You had Wi-Fi in there?
I enjoyed it.
That's
I liked, it's been what, 4 weeks, give or take?
Yeah.
I kind of liked being a listener for a change.
Hmm.
It was cool. I was like, wow, this is so much easier. I don't
That's
have to
true.
do anything and I just get to enjoy it. Life is great. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Jishnu?
I-
You didn't introduce me, by the way. You've gotten so used to being a listener, you've forgotten your hostly duties.
Oh my days.
Who is speaking right now?
I've been on here for like 60 seconds and already I'm being criticized.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but...
It's the voice of Dinkar. You know what he sounds like. Let's move on.
Hi.
Okay, there we go. Tell me things. What have I missed in 4 weeks? What was your favorite thing that you saw in the last 4 weeks?
My favorite thing that I saw in the last 4 weeks? That's a tough one, actually. I've both seen stuff and not seen stuff. But I think my favorite so far is actually what I saw last night. The very thing we will be discussing shortly.
Those segues.
Probably also because
Well
it very, very pleasantly surprised me.
I know, right?
Okay, they've already seen the episode title, our listeners.
Yeah, we'll get
So we're
there.
not really like...
We'll get
yeah,
there.
you know
But-
what we're talking
yeah.
about. Hint, hint.
Did you see the Punisher trailer?
No.
I did not either. Well done. Hey, go us.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Did you actively choose not to?
I actively chose
Yeah,
not
me
to.
too.
Because we're too close to it now.
Go us. Yeah, when is it coming out though? Because I think it still said at the end of it, it still says coming 2017. It doesn't
So they
tell you the date.
haven't declared date.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're trying out a thing where they surprise you.
Did you
Much
see-
like the Punisher would surprise a criminal, Netflix goes like, "Hey, the Punisher's out."
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Did you see the Punisher Instagram story stuff?
No, what is that?
So, Marvel's Instagram page, if you follow it, they posted a couple of stories over the last few weeks where it's just like, the 15-second story thing.
Right.
And they made video content specifically for that. That was kind of cool. I mean, it didn't really do or say anything. It was neat. I was like, all right, cool. You're just flooding more random stuff in my face. Thanks for that. But I guess basically it was just like, all
Did it
right, I
get you
guess this is
excited,
the thing
though?
now. I mean, sure. I'm excited about Punisher, but like,
Yeah,
I don't want to see
you don't
anything
need
until
anything more to get excited about it, right?
Exactly. You don't need to get me excited. I'm like, I'm a pretty easy sell. So I guess good on them for like, being a little innovative. It's not really that innovative, but I mean, it's
No.
kind of, it's
It's
cool.
basically the marketing department's got to earn their pay.
And they are certainly doing that.
They are certainly
so
doing that.
Go them.
It's like, hey boss, I have a new strategy. Instagram stories to reach the young millennial audience.
Dude, I just realized because I looked at my wrist on which there is a watch.
Oh.
Today is the 29th.
Hi.
That
Okay.
means that Inhumans is out today.
Yes.
Should we
Okay.
talk about that?
Oh no. Are we
I
going to do
mean-
this?
I mean, like, okay, we got the go-ahead from Naveen. So, okay, I'm going to do this as quick as I can. We saw the Inhumans
In IMAX.
In IMAX.
Let me tell you, dear listener, the story of what happened. At about 6 p.m.
Wait, we are going to do a full
Yeah.
episode on this, right? Like, I will have my
on
day.
the Inhumans?
I
Yes,
will have my
but
day.
Let me have my say
Okay,
right
fine.
now. Here's what happened. Like, that afternoon or early evening, maybe around 5 or 6 p.m., there is a message on our WhatsApp group that says like, hey guys, Inhumans is out. 10 minutes later, we've booked tickets for some reason and we're all on the way to Vadala to watch Inhumans in IMAX.
Yes, we were.
Now, the entire way, I was just like, do I need to know something about this? What is gonna happen? We saw, it was what, 45 minutes long? No,
90
an hour
minutes.
and 90 minutes. It's
or
2
80,
episodes.
I guess. Yeah.
The first 2 episodes,
yeah,
right?
the first 2 episodes.
It is such a mess. I I cannot begin to describe how much of a mess it is. Jishnu, I'll give you your say first. What do you have to say for yourself?
The looks on your face was priceless.
Oh my God.
Hey, you guys missed the opening 45 seconds. They were the best part of... No, they weren't. I mean, it was pretty...
the Marvel title card?
It was equally mediocre all the way around. Hey, the Marvel title card was pretty cool.
Did they change it?
They did a different thing. They had it was fun. It was colorful, playful. I liked it. I was excited. Man, it was bad.
It was so bad.
I can't even... Okay, here's the thing, right? If you've heard the show before, you know how much I love S.H.I.E.L.D. And because I've seen S.H.I.E.L.D., I have a stake in Inhumans. Because while it's not... directly tying in just yet, at least, into the S.H.I.E.L.D. universe, the fact that people on Earth are aware of Inhumans and are aware of Terrigenesis and things like that, it's because of the events in S.H.I.E.L.D. Mm-hmm. So it's in the same world. I mean, everything is in the same world, but this is arguably the most directly related between two different shows.
Right.
I'm not including your Netflix Defenders universe, because those are obvious, but as far as TV and film or anything like that, the fact that this has now been in cinemas, I guess it's kind of a little bit of a cross between cinema and TV, even though it's just the one episode. I mean it was an IMAX.
It was.
I'll give it.
Just because it was played in IMAX doesn't make it close to cinema level. In fact,
that was a mistake. They
one of my
that.
biggest issues was
they really shouldn't have done that.
It's produced at such a TV show level that yes, you can. I want to say you can almost literally see the strings. If something has to float around, I can see the seams in the CGI.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
There was
some things are not meant to be in giant screens.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a Vulture article, I think. It was either Vulture or AV Club or someone who basically said, "How did Marvel and ABC let Inhumans go to the theaters looking
Seriously.
like this?"
I know,
because it looks so bad.
It did. But I mean, it's not that bad in that it's fine.
No,
In that it's fine for TV.
I think
I think it was
for
perfectly fine for TV, but it was you can't take TV to a giant 100-foot screen. It's not going to work. Anyway,
it's fine for TV also. I think in a lot of it gave me this very your 2000s ABC show kind of feel. It feels like a kind of like a Smallville or something of that sort.
Yep.
It's a very TV show. It's not a TV show that's aspiring to be cinema.
Which is, I think, going to be a running theme for today's episode. I think I have many similar thoughts on what we're going to talk about later with Star Trek and stuff. But what I do mean to say about it is that I was very excited. This is no secret to anybody. And I was still sorely disappointed. It was if anybody in that room of 7 people was going to be happy with the finished product, it would be me. And
you weren't.
I was really, really not. We'll get into it more when we talk about it.
Let me ask you this.
Later on.
Are you still...
I'm totally going to watch it.
Oh, you are?
Duh. I'm this far into the rabbit hole, I better somebody has to watch this show. Listen, we'll take one for the team.
Yeah.
So that you guys out there don't have to watch this nonsense.
I think it's just you and Ramsey watching it.
Pretty much. Hey, it's gonna be a great next 6 months for me, because this show's starting now. I think it's a 13 episode, 15 episode, something like that. It's
probably about
not too many.
15 episodes too many.
And then as soon as it's done, S.H.I.E.L.D. starts up in winter. So hooray.
Yay.
Go.
A bunch of average TV shows to watch.
Go things. I like these things.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Well, it's good to have you back, Jishnu. We had no one batting for the ABC corner of the Marvel universe.
You know who else I'm batting for?
Who?
Mamma Mia 2 is a thing.
Is that a thing?
It's gonna be a thing. You know who else is back?
Who?
Pierce Brosnan singing.
Great. Always great.
Yeah. You know what else is back?
Who?
Fuller House. Season 3.
Okay.
Episode 2, by the way, is
great.
very relevant to the independent music scene.
Wait, Fuller House is out?
Yeah.
Season 3?
Yeah.
I think Netflix is actively blocking me from it because they want to spare me the trauma.
Hey, I was just going to say, episode 2 of season 3 is incredibly relevant to the independent music scene. Stephanie starts driving an Uber to support herself because she gets a check from Spotify for a single that she put out all the way back in season 1. She's been waiting for a long time for this check to come in. It finally comes in. She's sitting on the couch with a broken leg. It's very sad. And then she gets the check. She gets very excited. And how much is it? $3. So she has to drive an Uber. But she can't even afford her car, so she has to steal DJ's car. It's a very complicated love triangle kind of thing. It's really sad.
I haven't watched any of Fuller House.
Shame on you.
I didn't even realize it was up to season 3.
Well, shame on you 3 times.
What if? That is not cool.
Yeah.
And I didn't know Stephanie's a musician now. What'd she do?
Dude, did you not see her like back in the day when she was singing Ace of Base? She played a sweet bass when she sang I Saw the Sign.
I see.
With like her junior high school friends.
Oh, okay.
What have you been doing with your life?
I don't know. I saw the Beach Boys episode. I remember that.
Which one? There are like 50 of them.
The one where they all like get together and sing Kokomo in the end.
Okay, I'm going to predict something for season 3 for all you guys that have been listening intently about this conversation. Look, they're going to Japan for the wedding of Steve and his new fiancée.
What?
So the fact that they're going to Japan, I'm going to call it, come episode 11 or 12, Uncle Jesse's going to reunite with the Rippers and play Forever because it was the #1 single in Japan. I just dropped a pen.
You dropped a pen.
I dropped a pen.
Because the mics are expensive.
They're pretty nice.
Wait, one question. What does Stephanie do? What kind of music is it?
It's like
She's like a pop star.
Yeah, like shitty pop.
Shitty pop.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
Shitty pop. As NSYNC once famously said.
Thanks
Okay. You know, if anyone had become a musician from the Full House crew, I'd have thought it'd be DJ Tanner.
She's a vet.
She should have been a DJ.
Do you know what the Olsen twins are doing?
What?
They're playing the Olsen twins.
They're not back, are
That's
they?
what I love about the show, dude. It's so meta.
Shut your face. Are the Olsen twins back?
They're not back, but every time they come up, every time it comes up, and they're like, "Hey, so where's Michelle?" They're all like, "Yeah, she's in New York, like running a fashion empire."
Yeah, which I mean, like, good for the Olsen twins, dude. Yeah. They've got Elizabeth taking care of the acting side of things.
And they replaced the Olsen twins with a new baby, played by twins.
Also played by twins?
It's a thing.
I
and
don't
the
know.
dog, you remember the dog Comet?
Yeah.
Is now his grandson, Cosmo.
Very nice.
See?
I don't know how you
world building,
stuff.
guys.
Okay.
Franchise and world building. That's what it's all about. Watching
Cool.
Humans, everybody.
We're going to take a break.
Okay.
And come back to talk about 2 shows that we have some thoughts about.
Hello, I'm Sanjeev.
And I'm Tushar.
And this is the Rotomouth Podcast, a weekly show where we talk about motors and motoring in India. Cars, bikes, rickshaws, buses, friends, familiars, and time pass.
Find us every week on the IVM podcast app or any other app you might use. Stuck in traffic? Put on Rotomouth. Taking a while in the loo? Rotomouth is there for you.
Dude, that sounded particularly disgusting.
Thank you. But seriously, catch Rotomouth every week.
Welcome back to the Geek Fruit Podcast. Jishnu,
Tell it.
do you remember we had a segment at one point called a random news generator?
It was quite random.
We're doing it right now. Hit me.
Oh, shit.
Random news generator.
What's your random news?
No, I insist.
Okay, let me give you one.
Mm-hmm.
You know who this guy is? You might have heard of him.
Mm-hmm.
Jon Snow. He's in a TV show. He's like a character from a TV
Vaguely
show.
familiar.
He
Didn't
doesn't
he die?
No, he doesn't know things. He also came back after he died.
Okay.
And he's pretty famous for not knowing things.
Hmm.
But he does know
Uh-huh.
how to propose
Ah.
because he's getting married
Yeah,
to Egret. Yeah.
That's not new at all.
It's newish.
Didn't it happen like a month ago?
No, it happened like 3 days ago, dude.
What?
Yeah. Do you know
Really?
things we don't?
I swear I heard
Was
about
this
this
one
a
of your...
long time ago, man.
No. I mean,
Seriously?
they were dating. Now they're getting married.
Yeah, but I swear I heard that they got engaged like a while ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I stuck in a time warp?
Dude,
It's possible. Okay.
is this new? Are you sure
All
this
right,
is new?
fine. I'll give you newer. Are you aware that Avatar 2...
Oh, God.
Yes, I mean, that's the appropriate reaction to Avatar 2.
Okay.
But Avatar 2 will star a bunch of child actors. The main characters will be teens and tweens. Basically like a Stranger Things-ish space.
Okay.
Again,
Okay.
the appropriate reaction. You know what's great? These tweens were what? They must have been born around the time Avatar came out?
When did it come out? It came out, 2000...
About 10 years ago, I think.
Oh, shit. Yeah. 9, 10.
9, 10 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw it in 10, yes.
Just under 7 years ago, you
Yeah.
say? Well, also, you do know there are still going to be Avatar 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
and so on ad
Yeah.
infinitum.
Well,
Speaking of Stranger Things, though,
thanks for
did I
that.
tell you I finally saw Stranger Things?
Wow.
I had famously not seen Stranger
Yeah.
Things. I
And?
fixed that.
And?
I loved it. And?
And?
I success. That's about it. I
Well,
mean,
okay.
You already did an
We
episode.
did do
on
an
Stranger
episode
Things.
on it, so
Yeah,
I guess
I'm not-
I shouldn't pry.
I agreed with all of it, and I love the show, and I'm excited for season 2. Yay!
When is that? End of the very very soon, like now.
You know, I'd heard a bunch of stuff about Barb, about how she was like this breakout character, and then she's in the show for like 10 minutes, and I was like,
Did you
what?
think we were talking about like a very thin needle that like pokes into your skin?
No, I knew she was a girl. Please, I knew some things about Stranger Things.
So my bit of random news is that Alan Tudyk, famous famous these days for playing K2SO,
Yeah.
has actually written a Star Wars adventure comic.
Really?
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Guess what it's called?
No, yeah. I
Star
can't
Wars
guess.
Adventures.
Oh,
How apt,
Cool.
right?
yeah.
So it's a thing.
Not the most creative of names. But
No,
fine.
not really. It basically, the story seemingly resurrects K2SO and other Rogue One characters, and it's unlikely that those characters will make their way back into the Star Wars movies anytime soon.
Well,
but
obviously,
hey,
because they're all gonna die.
I mean, a lot of them are dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, it will come out October 11th.
So,
And it's a run for how long? I don't quite know. But
so you're
he's
telling
got
me
a couple, yeah.
Alan
He's keeping
Tudyk
himself busy.
got the chance to be in a Star Wars movie, but
And
they
then
killed his
just said-
character off. But then
And
he was
said,
like,
screw you,
"I'm bringing it back."
I'm bringing it back.
Well,
Yeah.
well done, Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
Did you tell me one thing?
Okay.
Did you ever see the NBC sitcom that Alan Tudyk starred in with superheroes in it? It was called Powerless.
Oh, no. This does
So
ring a bell, though.
in
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
he plays a Wayne. So, just to give you some background,
Like a-
Powerless is basically about, it's set in the DC universe.
Okay.
And it's about the lives of the normal people in a world full of superheroes. So it's in the DC universe. So you've got your Batmans and Supermans, but
You don't
can't-
see them.
You don't see them, and they're kind of like brought up in passing.
Yeah.
So Alan Tudyk plays a cousin of Bruce Wayne called like Tim Wayne or something like that. And so he's this like pompous blowhard guy who's just been like a trust fund kid who's coasting on life, and he runs a subdivision of Wayne Industries, and he's great in it. It's the
I
role
mean,
he was born to play.
yeah,
like,
he's-
doesn't that sound like a perfect
No,
Alan
no,
Tudyk character?
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, the show's cancelled.
Who
but
else was
anyway.
in it? Anybody else with...
A great cast: Vanessa Hudgens, Ron Funches, Danny Pudi.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When was this?
This was a few months ago.
Oh.
They put out like 6 episodes, I think.
Oh, damn.
And they were pretty good. Vanessa Hudgens is the main character. She's this like bright, chirpy lady who comes in to fix the division of Wayne Industries that Alan Tudyk is basically destroying. And Alan Tudyk is kind of coasting and really hoping to get called in by his cousin Bruce to run the main Wayne Industries at Gotham. And Ron Funches and Danny Pudi are scientists who are innovating new products. That's about it.
Speaking of Gotham,
Yes.
another little bit. How far along did you get in that show?
That stopped somewhere after season 1.
Okay, so I know Tejas and I got through season 2. I
thought
started
you
on
guys had
3.
3 as well.
We started
Yeah.
on 3 and then we gave up like after a couple because we realized we'd seen over 50 fucking episodes of this thing. It was all right. It was not bad. It was like hit or miss, but you know, I have a life, so I can't really,
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
commit. I would actually like to get back into it because like there were some particular characters that were really, really well done. That I really loved the Penguin. I loved the Riddler. Jada Pinkett Smith's Fish Mooney was great. Anyway, but so apparently now I think the new season is just about to start, and they're going to reveal the Batsuit.
What?
But the kid is still a kid. So
Why is there a batsuit?
because he is Batman. Did you not know that? This is okay.
Isn't
so
he
it's about
still
a
a
guy.
young
It's
boy?
about a guy called Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
He loses his parents. In
Wait,
fact, like he was in a mall,
no
and then
spoilers,
the parents
please.
like went down
You
aisle
are-
one.
wait.
He's like, "Mama," and then they were gone.
Wait,
And then
is
eventually he
not
becomes
Bruce Wayne
angry and
still
puts on
like
a
a
batsuit.
snotty little kid?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
So how does a batsuit come into the picture?
Exactly. That is the question.
What?
So the only piece of information that they've given us is that there will not be bat nipples,
Okay.
which I'm okay with.
That's fine.
I'm okay with this.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of like for like a half second
It's
I
not the
flirted,
George Clooney
with the
special.
idea of getting back into Gotham, and then I realized what I was looking at.
This
was
makes
like,
no sense to me.
I know
How-
exactly. That's what I
how-
want to see.
Like,
it's
it
so
falls
ridiculous.
through a time portal, and Bruce
I
Wayne
don't
looks
know,
at it
man,
and
'cause,
goes
like,
like,
look, 'cause the thing is-
how old is Bruce Wayne now?
He's a teenager. Not yeah, like he's what 14, 15
Okay.
ish, and Alfred is like this kickboxing ex-military badass, right? So he's like teaching him stuff. He's already discovered the Batcave that his dad built. So he's in there like playing with the Bat computer and stuff, and so he's figuring stuff out tech-wise.
Yeah.
So it's not too far a stretch that he's like, hey, let me now like build a suit.
So
with
we're saying he's
stuff.
got everything. He just hasn't nailed his branding yet. At some point, he goes like, "Oh my god, what if I was the Batman?" Right now, I'm just like a guy.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Okay, we've wasted enough time on random things. Can we
Hey,
get to the meat of the
listen,
matter? Okay.
our conversations
so,
aren't a waste of time. Star Trek, in case you don't know, is a legendary show. Multiple movies, multiple TV series at this point. Both the original series and the new generation were legendary. And why we've brought it up today is there is both a new Star Trek and a new riff on Star Trek, essentially.
Yep. And they both debuted in the same week, which is hilarious. So your week starts with I think it starts with Discovery. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your week starts with Discovery and then it ends with Orville.
Yes.
And I was really happy to watch them back to back because since I've been away for like the last 4 weeks, I haven't had time to see too much stuff. So I was like, this better be good. It's been a minute since I've seen something. I really want to be impressed. But I'll admit, I was never all that jazzed about either of the shows. I mean, I was very intrigued about Orville, but I never looked into it much. I didn't really see the trailers properly. I didn't see the trailer for Discovery. Very little marketing materials. So I didn't really know what I was getting into.
Actually, there was a fair amount. With Discovery, at least, I didn't know what I was getting into in the sense that, like, I didn't know much about the show itself. But there's been a lot of talk of it over the past year because the release has been pushed, like, a lot.
Yes, I mean, I was
there were,
aware
like,
that
3
it was...
release date changes. It looked like it was a mess. And
but that's the
Brian
thing.
Fuller was the showrunner and he just, like, bounced at one point.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's not actively running it anymore.
But I mean, I think you know where I stand on this whole thing. We've done an entire episode on this fact of like people of the fans knowing too much about behind the scenes stuff. I'm just like, cool, man.
I agree with you.
You're struggling. That's fine. You're allowed to struggle.
Cool.
It's cool. Do your
like,
thing.
Go ahead, struggle.
Yeah,
but it does play into.
Of course it does.
We also can't avoid it. So,
but that's the thing. I avoided it.
Yeah.
Like I saw like fleeting like articles and I was like, I don't really want to read
man, you
into
live in
it.
a cave. Okay,
Yeah.
you have that luxury.
It was amazing, dude. You should check it out. It's so cozy.
Yeah.
So when I watched it going in blind, I will say I watched Orville first.
Yes.
We'll talk about that more once we're done dissecting Discovery.
Yeah.
But
Let's talk Discovery.
So when Discovery started, within the first opening 30 seconds, I knew I was going to like the tone of this because my first question was, are they going to try and play it, the traditional classic 60s style, which is very almost sitcom-esque, really, in a lot of ways, in that it's very still just people moving around and talking, not too much action. Or are they going to try and play the J.J. Abrams, the cinematic style, which is very fast-paced and whatnot. And that's of course, how they went. Much as I enjoyed the 3 movies that are out, I thought that this one just did a really, really good job of capturing the what's the word?
The feel
Of the the human condition kind of stuff.
Yes,
the human condition of both the shows are the exact same premise, right? It's random people put together. In this case, I think like
when you say both, you're talking about
Orville
Discovery
and Discovery. Right. Both shows are the same premise. A bunch of random people get stuck on a ship and now like, hey, go off to sea and just see what happens. It's a seafaring adventure.
Yeah.
In this case, I think the captain and her first mate know each other for like several years.
Yeah.
But apart from that, no other relationship seems quite as grounded. They're all relatively newish, so it seems.
Yeah.
So everybody's like trying to figure out each other. Who can I trust? Who can I not? How do I play with you? How do I not? But it was just really compelling to see how you take one simple idea, which is such an open-ended thing of like a bunch of humans going to meet different people.
They're not just humans.
Yeah, that's
Don't
right.
be a
You're right.
speciesist.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. A bunch of people. Can we
Bunch
call them
of
people? Can we call
beings,
bunch of things?
shall we say?
Bunch of living entities meeting other living things.
Yeah.
And just seeing how well they can play with them.
See how it shakes out.
Yeah. And it's really, really cool, man.
It's really well done.
I know that there are, fanboys out there that could pick up on a whole bunch more references than we can, because I don't think either of us are qualified really to...
Star Trek is a vast show, and it's really hard to have like an encyclopedic knowledge of it. A lot of people do.
A lot of people.
It's not us.
But it's not us. Yeah.
Go to StarTrek.wikia.com.
And you don't need that to enjoy this.
The show.
You really don't.
I think it was consciously built that way.
Yeah, which is great.
Let me just wait. I'll for the uninitiated listener, let's give them a quick update on what the premise is. So Star Trek Discovery is basically, it's an anthology series, so it's not directly connected to the main to the movies or to either of the two series, but it is still in the same universe, and it's set before the original series technically.
Oh, really?
Yes, this I found out from wikipedia.com. StarTrek.wikia.com. So chronologically, it's actually slightly before the original series. So we meet, it's the series as a whole is going to be about a ship called the Discovery, but we actually haven't found the Discovery yet. When we start the show, you're on a ship called the Shenzhou,
Yeah.
right, with a first officer called Michael something, who's a lady.
Yep.
Michael's a lady.
I just love the fact that it's female-fronted.
I know.
It's just...
Why is she called Michael, though? I suppose in the future, like, names are androgynous.
It's fine. I really
it's cool.
couldn't
I liked it.
But yeah, I mean...
And I like so like they do this little reveal, much like the first trailer for Star Wars, The Force Awakens, where they're literally in, it's almost the same beat. They're in a desert, their faces are covered, they pull it down and you're like, oh, it's a lady.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
The first 3 minutes are literally the same.
Yeah, you're right.
Down to the look of it.
You're right.
Astonishing. So yeah, it's in fact two ladies. The captain, who's Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, it's been a minute. She's been hiding under that crouching tiger for a long time.
She's been crouching under the tiger.
She's been there for a long time.
She's been a hidden dragon.
She's going to have a great couple years ahead between Discovery, because I think we've only seen one episode, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if this show keeps up, I was very, very impressed with the first episode. If it keeps up, she's going to do really well with that. She's also going to be in Guardians 3. So
correct, yeah.
Big things in store for the Yeos.
Right. The dragon is not as hidden
Yeos.
anymore. I like,
Is
it's
it
also
Yeo?
interesting, I think, that...
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo?
Yeah.
Yo?
Yeah.
How do you... Michelle Yeoh.
Stop halfway.
Ye.
Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah.
Yo. Yo.
You got it now?
Yeah. Okay, so.
All right. So, well, yeah. I think it's odd, or maybe it's interesting, I know it, that we're dealing with a first officer as the main character.
I mean,
I
think it's just...
This is not a common thing.
I don't know if she... I mean,
Or maybe
she's
she
main,
becomes...
she's a main
perhaps
as
she
main
becomes
as
the captain of the Discovery when we meet that.
Maybe. I didn't see her as like the main... Like, it was kind of like ensemble.
But it's kind of all from her perspective, right? She's the one
It
who does the
is.
captain's, like, the first officer's log at the start. She goes like,
Sure,
Stardate,
sure.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but I
We're
mean...
on a journey to...
But I mean, like,
discovery and whatnot.
unless I'm horribly mistaken, I feel like I've seen Next Generation episodes where Riker would do that as well.
Really?
I could be horribly mistaken.
Okay.
But I want to say yes. Because it didn't seem odd to me at all. It's just like, all right, she's doing the thing. That's fine. But-
She is... Oh, I forgot to mention. She's a human who was raised by Vulcans.
Yeah.
So she's Spock-like, but she's human. Well played.
Yeah.
They just nailed the best of both worlds there.
Yep.
So what I really liked about the show, first of all, let me take a minute to mention that opening sequence. It's
Dude.
stunning.
Dude.
It is so good.
My
It's essentially like all these sketches that sort
Yeah.
of come to life and turn into blueprints
Yeah.
of various things from the Star Trek lore that you know and love.
I was not expecting that color palette.
Just really, really well done. Yeah, and it's a completely different color palette from what you'd expect from a space show, really. But stunning. And the look of the show in general, it takes a lot from the Star Trek movies, but it's done
beautifully
well.
done. I mean,
Inhumans could take a page or two out of their book.
Dude, I did see a lot of comments and hate about people saying, dude, too much lens flare, stop with the lens flare. But I was like, that's
the aesthetic
that's the thing.
that's
Just get
been
used to it.
established
Shut up
now.
and get used to it. But hey, speaking of Inhumans and Star Trek and stuff, do you realize that TV is now, like, the biggest stuff that has the most money backing it is taking you into space? We have a lot more space going on right now than I think we realize. If you take a second to like sit and count it out, there's a lot more. Like, between Inhumans, Star Trek, Orville, Shield as well. Shield is now in space. We've got a lot of stuff in space.
That's I'm going to
call
shows.
it. I'm going to call it.
Call it.
5 years from now, Elon Musk, SpaceX, if not a documentary or something or the other, some televised something about
The
like real
event
space.
of the century.
Like he's going to put cameras in space and be like, I'm going to just
That'd
broadcast.
be amazing.
I'm just going to broadcast space stuff.
It's
I'm calling
only
it. I'm
dude,
calling it.
Space is cool to watch.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
there's
so
like
glad we're doing it. I'm so glad
You're
we're like
aware
there
there's
now.
a constant live stream of the ISS on YouTube.
Yeah, so I'm sure
And it's
he's gonna.
stunning.
He's
Like,
gonna.
you should just
he's
turn
gonna
it on
milk
and watch.
He'll fly a panda into space and be like, "All right, guys, you guys like, oh, here's a cat in space," and just put him in a
Boom.
box and be like, "Yo, space cat."
I would watch that show.
I would. Who wouldn't?
Speaking of shows you would watch, let's take a break and we'll come back and talk about Orville, a little town outside Pondicherry.
Shunyawan, 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 Shunyawan. $1 billion acquisition. Another copycat startup got formed.
No, the tech world in India is surely moving double the speed of this voiceover.
Tune in to Shunya One every Tuesday to catch us talking to the smartest people we know on the IVM Podcast website, app, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
We have returned.
Hello.
That was a very short break.
Yes.
I didn't get time to pee.
Let me ask you this, Jishnu.
Mm-hmm.
What is your opinion of Seth MacFarlane in general?
I really like the man. I know you don't.
I hate the dude.
Yeah, I've been
don't
hearing
know
this
why.
from a few more people lately.
It's like...
I never realized how much hate the guy has.
I mean, I don't... Okay. Hate is a strong word.
Also, love is a strong word for me.
Yeah, and love is probably a strong word for you.
Yeah.
We're both probably closer to the middle.
Yeah.
But it just surprises me.
I'm a fan.
That I can like everything the guy does
Yeah.
in the sense of like he's supremely talented for sure. He can do voices, he can
Yep.
sing. He likes the same stuff as me. He
Yeah.
loves space stuff and he loves musicals and he's a geek.
Yeah.
And he loves comedy.
Mhm.
And yet I don't like the guy. It's something about him. There's this like smom that kind of
Yes, I
like,
agree. Yeah,
which
he's
is
got that-
a little off-putting.
Yeah. He doesn't have resting bitch face. He just has resting douche face.
Yeah,
Like something just like I don't
perhaps
know.
that's it.
His eyes are always like a little squinting.
Like a yes,
and
like,
he's got
you
a
see what I'm doing
he's got a
now?
very wide, beautiful, toothy grin, and just like, dude, that's just
It's
something's wrong. Something's off.
Something's off.
Something's off. But that being said, I'm a big fan. I really like him a lot.
I liked Family Guy for the first season or two, and then I was like, wait a second, this is the same thing again and again. So I ditched it.
Fair enough. But now I will say,
Hmm.
because we got to talk more about Inhumans.
No.
Orville had the same. It had moments, man. It had moments where I was watching it and I was just like, I can totally see the seams. But it worked because it is kind of a hokey show. Like it's
Yeah.
poking fun at the hokiness of like dudes in space, you know, in a
So
green
it
screen kind of
seems.
environment. Like I
Hold
forgave
on.
it because it fit.
Hmm.
So here's the thing. I watched Orville first.
Yeah.
And I was very pleasantly surprised. I mean, I was very excited and hopeful for it, and my expectations were met. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I was going the whole time, like, as I was watching it, I was like, man, after we just saw what happened with Inhumans, and then now with this thing, I was just like, maybe space is too ambitious for TV budgets. Can we, like, Game of Thrones is a
Yeah.
very big exception with what they're able to do and how much money they're given. But I was just like, as I was watching it, I was going, this is kind of very okay
And
in the way that like Inhumans was very okay with like the visual effects. I was like, this is And then Discovery happened. I was like, oh damn, okay. So clearly
can do it if you want to.
You can do it if you
Yeah.
if you get the right backer.
And
But-
Discovery is a CBS show. It's not
Yeah.
even like it's a big budget.
And Discovery debuted CBS All Access.
Yeah.
Or did it debut or did it just
it was
help,
it was the
which is
big deal
yeah, big
on
deal,
CBS
whatever.
All Access.
But yeah, so like I think CBS All Access got like a 50% boost in membership or something like that because of it, which is well
People
worth
had
it.
to watch it.
Yeah. But no man, Orville worked for me because I think it reminded me a lot of Firefly
Really?
in that it's very much just, you know, gunslinging
It's
in
like
space.
a bunch of
No real agenda. Like, see, like Discovery right now, the first episode ended right in the middle, right in the thick of it, right?
yeah.
It ends like seconds before a battle, much like any Netflix
And it's clearly
binge
set
show.
up a big conflict for the season.
Yeah, exactly, which is great.
Yeah.
Like, power to you,
And
by all
that's
means.
not the case with
Not the
Orville,
case with
is what you
Orville
tell me.
yet. And what he's constantly been saying in in the few interviews that I've seen prior to the show was that, it's a Seth MacFarlane show, so obviously it's going to be like a comedy. And I'm a big fan, so I think you'll appreciate the comedy of this because I know what I'm poking fun at, which I think is true. But he's always said, very, very soon, a couple episodes in, it's not going to be just another comedy that happens to be in space. He says that there is a big dramatic
So the show gets
thing
serious.
about it. Yeah, like it's not going to get serious. It will remain a comedy, but he says that it's a lot more than just a episodic, villain of the week
It'll
comedy.
become a dramedy.
Because that's what Star Trek was, right?
Yeah.
Star Trek was a villain of the week. Not a comedy, but a relatively light.
The setup was sitcomish,
Yes,
but
a sitcom is
it
villain of
was
the week,
episodic.
and that's exactly what this is. But I have enough faith in the guy in that I think he's smart enough to be able to handle this and know that like you can't do the exact same thing because it has been literally like 50 plus 60 years since we've seen that happen, so we don't need that again. And I think what I loved about it, the same thing I loved about Discovery, that whole human condition and meeting new people and just figuring out how to coexist and whatnot and like embracing change and being hopeful in the future and stuff, that was totally in there. I felt it completely. The humor was more in just like being self-aware of like how weird this all is. Like I loved his buddy.
It's slightly meta.
Like I really liked his buddy, the pilot. Forget his name.
I had no idea. I didn't pay a lot of attention to the show.
Yeah, you fell asleep. Actually,
I did.
you talk. What
Literally
do you
halfway
remember? Because you saw like 15 minutes of this.
I think so. So let me tell you.
God damn it.
I went in knowing this much about Orville. Just to catch up the listener as well. It's essentially Seth MacFarlane's take on a Star Trek kind of show. And he's a big Trekkie. He's like a classic geek about this kind of stuff. So this has been one of his dream projects. The first thing that surprised me when I turned it on was that it's a 40-minute show.
Yeah.
I was expecting like a sitcom parody-ish situation, which is not what a 42-minute show is.
Nope.
You're going for the big stuff here. You're making it a drama. So firstly that. Secondly, the very first scene, Seth MacFarlane, who plays a promising young captain of essentially like a Starfleet ship, basically, called the Orville. And he walks in and sees his wife in bed with an alien. And walks out. And that is the most hokey possible setup a show can have. So it turned me off instantly. I was like, come on, not this again. This guy is supposed to be one of the, like, he's at the forefront of mainstream comedy in the world. And he's done essentially what sitcoms have been doing since the 90s. So that turned me off immediately. And not a lot that changed much for me after that. There were a couple of jokes. It was all kind of humdrum. And then I fell asleep. And woke up 8 hours later and thought like, oh, damn it. I was supposed to watch the entire episode for the show.
Oh, man.
So that about sums it up for me.
Did you recognize his wife?
No.
You didn't recognize her from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. seasons 2 through 4 as Mockingbird?
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget?
See? It's all connected.
Is it though?
I've had so much coffee today, man.
Oh my God.
Jesus. So yeah,
this
it
is
was a good
astonishing,
show.
Jishnu.
I really liked it.
You have so much faith in stuff that I have zero expectations for.
You know what my secret is?
Yes.
I was in the cave for 4 weeks.
Perhaps that's
and I
it.
am now reinvigorated.
I feel like the tables have flipped.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you're the one who's like, it's all crap.
Yep.
But here I am saying, please don't watch the Orville. Go to Orville. Again, like I mentioned, a nice little town outside Pondicherry.
Spelled the same way?
Auroville.
Orville.
Auroville, actually, technically.
A-U-R?
O-V-I-L-L-E.
That sounds like more mythical.
It's a nice town.
Orville sounds like a lump on you. You're like, I got an Orville on my thigh.
Why is this show 42 minutes, Jishnu? And keep in mind, I'm talking about Orville and not our own show, which is also often pushing 42 minutes. Possibly at this very moment.
We are just past 42 minutes. I don't know. I think I was fine. I liked it. I think the 40-minute mark was good.
Perhaps I'm being premature, but I feel...
You need to finish seeing the 42 minutes before you can critique how long it's gone.
It is, of course, too much to judge a TV show based on one episode. But I will go ahead and make the leap and go boldly where no man has gone before and judge this show on 15 minutes of the first episode. The show sucks. And I don't think it's picked a lane. It should have been like an outright funny 20-minute parody, or it should have been a more serious show with comedic elements. I feel like it's landed up in the middle, where he's maybe trying to build a Firefly-esque universe, but he knows he's Seth MacFarlane and he's got to give them like the low-hanging fruit jokes, so he goes for those as well. Because, again, let me describe the opening scene to you, listener, and you decide if you want to watch this. Seth MacFarlane walks into his bedroom and finds his wife in the sheets, naked.
With a blue guy.
Blue guy pops up 30 seconds later and looks at Seth MacFarlane, looks at wife, and then ejaculates blue stuff from under his eyelids.
Yes. He could have been crying for all you know.
No, he wasn't.
How do you know?
What else could it have been?
Tears.
Okay, fine.
Tears of shame and sadness.
My issue is that was supposed to be the punchline. It's a bad punchline. Essentially, the joke is like, ha, look at blue dude. Did you know that he cries / ejaculates differently from us? And then Seth MacFarlane turns around and walks out. And I was already like, no, this is not happening.
You need a vacation.
Maybe I need a vacation.
You really need a vacation.
A vacation where I don't watch the Orville, though.
Dude, yeah. I mean, take a vacation. Don't watch stuff for a while, and then you will really enjoy watching stuff again.
Perhaps. See, I'm willing to forgive the hokey setup. Like, another HBO show recently, Pete Holmes' Crashing, used the exact same device as a setup, but it's a great show. And I forgave that for two reasons. A, it's based on something that actually happened to Pete Holmes, so he's not using a sitcom device. He literally walked in on his wife cheating on him. And B, the show kind of picks up after that. So perhaps I will give Orville a chance as well.
I'll put it to you like this. Put aside the relationship dynamic between him and his wife, because that's just like that. Yes, that's definitely just
at the point I fell asleep.
Okay. Yeah. She walks in.
She walks in on his ship. She's his first officer.
First officer. Yeah.
So it seems to me like the entire show has just set up the fact that it's all about him and his wife squabbling while trying to run a ship.
Yes. So while that premise is very, run-of-the-mill, whatever, classic sitcom, like, yep, all right, now how... It's like a buddy cop thing, how are you going to get through it? But what I really appreciate when you look at the two shows side by side is I think the reason that TV is willing to do this and put two shows out competing against each other that are basically the same show, but just in different tones, is that one, like, now more than ever, the world needs to, like, embrace diversity and change and just be like, hey guys, let's be hopeful for the future and let's, like, not kill people because they look different. And
even if they ejaculate differently,
even if they ejaculate from eyelids, it's fine.
Yeah.
So what I liked about this one is that his character is very aware of how bizarre the scenario is. Right? He is essentially a guy in 2017 teleported into the future and just like, well, I guess I have to now deal with the fact that I'm in space and my wife is cheating on me with a blue guy. Like, that's just weird. So all the one-liners and whatnot are very, like you said, meta, self-aware, whatever. Yeah. So that's not really the main thing of the show. Like, that's just sort of, yes, I'm Seth MacFarlane, I have to check that box. I know I can do it. I'll phone it in. And yes, he did kind of phone it in with his first episode at least. But what I like about it is the same thing with Discovery, in that it's handling this kind of subject material really, really nicely, in that that is the strongest part of the show. It's not heavy-handed. That is not hokey at all. That is not cliche. It's very smooth. It's intelligently done. The plot of that one particular episode, so you haven't met the bad guys yet, have you?
No.
When you continue, when you press...
I've essentially seen nothing of the show. I
So
understand.
that particular episode, the very first episode, I won't say much about it, but it's pretty standard. They go to there's a beacon distress call, which is exactly like in Discovery.
Right.
There's a distress call. Like, we need to see what's happening. They go to see what's happening. Surprise! It's not what you expect. It's a flip. Something different happens, and then by the end of it,
it's
you
a
meet.
Klingon. Except
It's a thing. It's some dude, and some dude is in trouble, and they're like, oh, let's go help the dude, and then fun ensues. But that's not really why you're watching the show, right? That's like every freaking television show has that.
Yeah.
Like, we need a plot device for this episode. But the reason you keep watching it, because we don't know these characters well enough yet. It's just one episode, right? You can't... There's a whole family of people you need to get to know. But I think what's compelling about it for me is the same thing at the core of what's compelling about Discovery, which is they're dealing with the human condition of just going out there and being adventurous and meeting new people and realizing some people will be hostile, some people will not be. And how do you just coexist? And then at the same time, dude, we're in space. Isn't that pretty cool?
Dude, we're in
and
space.
the thing is that
cool.
he's saying out loud constantly. The entire crew will say out loud lines of like, holy crap, this is really cool. Like one of my favorite lines, just a throwaway line, is middle of battle or just before they're about to get into like one epic fight. The pilot goes to the co-pilot and is like, oh crap, I guess we're not going to clock out at 5 p.m. today, are we? And you're living on a spaceship, right?
That's
You don't clock out. Like that's a good line. I thought that was a pretty great line. Like
I will give you that.
Nobody ever says stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's not why I'm watching the show. So I'm just really happy that we're in space this much now, man. Like it's cool and it's working. It's working for me. It's a very different tone than Discovery. So I would actually recommend to you
to watch them
and
as a package deal.
Yes, to watch them as a package deal. I think it's a good juxtaposition. They play off each other really nicely. That is my thesis statement.
All right. Much like the Blue Dude's ejaculation, perhaps my judgment was premature.
Ooh.
So I will give this show a shot. And I will try your prescribed method of watching them, which is back-to-back. So let you, I, and the listeners all go on an adventure for the next couple of weeks. And
You mean like take a break and sit in a cave and not watch anything?
No.
Oh.
The adventure would be watching Orville and Discovery back-to-back.
Yeah, because that wouldn't be good for our show, would it?
What I'd like us to do is maybe give it like a few weeks, or maybe at the end of the season, check back in and see what we think.
So, in several months' time, you can look forward to a review on Orville,
Mark your calendars.
a review on Discovery,
Mark your
a
calendars
review
again.
on Inhumans.
Mark your... no, wait, hold on. Wait a second. I didn't sign up for that one. Damn it.
That's when you can go live in your cave. I'll just have that episode to myself.
Has this become a thing? Like
Can
it's
I have my solo episode?
Where
Can
you
I just write out a monologue?
Where you talk about S.H.I.E.L.D. and Inhumans?
Yes.
You know what? Go for it.
You know?
I'm in.
I would do that.
I would listen to that. Or I would tell you that I listened to that.
But should I do it as like, I don't know.
I think we need 2 solo shows. One would be you talking about S.H.I.E.L.D. and one would be Tejas performing the entirety of Batman Forever. Solo.
But then he doesn't have to write anything.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yours is like a creative thing. His is like a cover version.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We'll figure it out. I'll figure out my thing as well. Yes, you can write into us at contactgeekfruit@gmail.com or get in touch with us on any of the social medias at geekfruithq. If you have things that need to be said, say them to us. You can reach out to me on Twitter at DinksThinks, or you can send me a Facebook friend request that I will ignore. You can talk to Jishnu Guha on Twitter as well, at Jishnu Guha. Is this true?
This is also true.
Cool. Let's talk to each other. Let's be friends.
Bye, you nerds.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Sorry to say, but there's been a slight delay due to the apocalypse having suddenly begun. As you can see, there's death, destruction, and chaos taking place all around us. But don't you worry, food and drinks will be served shortly, and I would recommend checking out
IVM Podcasts
to get some of your favorite Indian podcasts. We'll keep you going till this whole thing blows over. Thank you.